to Twitch real quick.
Wait,
is the sound of my voice coming through?
Yeah, I can hear it on here.
Is the sound of my voice coming through?
I would say so. I'm sorry if that went through my headphones.
Yeah, well, I definitely heard an echo there.
Yeah, I was like, where's that echo coming from? Okay. All right, so I'm checking the Twitch thing. All right, then network.
Got him.
Oh, hey, sorry, I'm a little late.
Just in time.
Just made it. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
This week for the Kiefcast, I decided to do the Twitch recording for it this time. So from now on, whenever we have an episode of the week, people can have a way to see it.
Mm-hmm.
So since you're moderator, Denox, and I believe you're moderator,
okay.
So I'm gonna need you two. I'm gonna need you two to keep an eye on the chat in case I missed out. In case a guest wants to I mean, in case people want to ask questions on the chat, they can. So this is kind of in case no one knows about what the Kiefcast is. It's kind of my own production. This is mostly for the Twitch people. So it's a podcast I do like every Thursday night.
I see you there.
And basically,
yeah, you're getting cut off.
What do you mean by cut off?
Oof. No, sometimes you're getting cut off the voice. It's probably my connection.
Yeah,
I was gonna say
I mean, yeah, the latencies are going to be a bit inconsistent because that's how Twitch is. The latency of the voice is going to be a bit inconsistent.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
like the second delay.
But yes, so I will. So in case no one knows where my episode is, and if you're new to the Kiefcast, then welcome. So I have all my episodes on SoundCloud. So SoundCloud.com/Kiefer-Vu, which is my real name. You guys don't know, but all the episodes you can find of the Kiefcast is in this website. We have them to episode 6, where Hikaru was the guest for the first time of last week. 2 weeks ago, we talked about conventions, this week we're gonna bring back a thing that we talked about on Denox's channel, waifu discussion. I'm gonna be the one that's.
I remember that one.
So if you guys want to follow all the episodes up to episode 6, this is where you would go. So if there's anybody from the chat that wants to bring up a waifu that they like, they can. We're gonna talk about them front and center. So I actually want to throw this question to our female guests, which is Hikaru. So Hikaru, okay, well before we start that, let me go to announcements real quick because I have it listed. So we're going to talk about waifus, going to talk about Smash Brothers, about characters that we want included, and a little bit of Minecraft Steve. Just kind of like a follow-up to Denox's chill stream, basically. So, Hikaru, is there like a waifu / husbando that you absolutely adore from either anime or video games
of course,
basically that you want to
Now I know why the latency is so bad. I'm checking speed test right now, and it's literally like only 1 megabyte of download speed.
Yeah, that's because I'm using Twitch Studio.
Sorry to interrupt by that. Just want to let you guys know.
It's fine. I'm trying to get.
I mean, the playback. By the time we head to the playback, it should be sounding normal, because I've done this before, so.
Anyway. Well, I'll be checking that anyway.
When it comes to waifus, I've had girls that I've either adored or wanted to be, but I've never really had one I actually wanted to marry. And so I grabbed a couple of photos of the girls that I would consider to be my waifus. And then one which is actually one where I would consider a waifu because for a short time I did want to marry her. But that was before I knew she was a he. First off, for the most part, the two I liked were, of course, Pretty Cure. That was the anime that got me into anime.
Pretty Cure, huh?
Yeah, there was two from
honestly, like a lot of the fight scenes. I don't know particularly all the characters, but I've seen many clips of how they fight, and the way they fight is just amazing. Like it feels like Dragon Ball Z for magical girls.
So these were the two that I wouldn't necessarily consider waifus. I idolized them. That one, the top is Kier Moon from Heartcatch, and then the bottom one is Nagisa Matamiya from AKB.
I know one of them is like named like Lunar Moon or something, right? Or something Lunar Night or something.
Something like that. I more idolized her Cure side when it came to the pretty Cure. Now, the one I would actually consider a waifu because for a short time I did want to marry was. I'm gonna butcher this name, but it's like Itsuki.
My name is pretty crappy right now.
Basically,
right, so
he was a she.
Let me look up.
But he was posing as a he for his brother.
Okay, so what was the first character that you mentioned by name? One more time.
Kier Moon from Heartcatch, pretty Cure.
Kier Moon. Kier Moonlight?
Yep.
Yeah, damn. Yeah, I mean, I know her because I don't really know her, but I've seen her fight. She looks really cool.
She is.
Damn, she's gorgeous.
Yeah, that was probably the main reason why I really adored her.
Interesting.
Nagisa Matamiya was more someone I could relate to, which is why I idolized her and do kind of consider her one of my waifus. And then Sunshine, it was more the fact that I thought she was a he until it was later revealed he was a she, sort of thing.
Okay, what was the character's name again? One more time.
The Nagisa or Itsuki.
The Nagisa one?
Nagisa Matamiya. She's from AKB 0048.
Is that the right spelling? Oh. Nagisa Matamiya?
Yep.
This one? Go ahead and see the Twitch chat if you want a visual.
Sure, I try and keep the Twitch out simply because of the fact that my headphones are pretty loud. This content isn't available. Oh, I did the wrong thing.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I was having to restart the router because the speed was literally like 1 megabyte down.
Oh, I can mute this. Sorry. Yeah, that's her.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
She's more quiet. She's kind of I wouldn't say she's a klutz, but she's more someone who has dreams, and she struggles with reaching them, like with what's right and what's wrong.
Okay.
But in the end, she pulls through.
Yeah, Google is
she achieves that dream.
Can't pull up the image of her, but yeah, this is what she looks like in case you need a visual confirmation chat. And checking the chat, 3 people viewing, cool. All right, so on more to the question, is there like a husbando that you adore in that same game?
The Itsuki, I'll actually just copy and paste that name because I had to copy it to remember it.
That'd be great, so I can just put that
in the views, yeah.
In the views.
Let me see if I could. Did you promote your Twitch on my server too? Maybe.
I set up Me6 on my servers. I could not, for some reason, did it on your servers.
Okay.
So
I'll tag them.
I mean, if you want to promote it, go ahead.
That's fine. I'll put it as anime fan and Smash fan since we're talking about not tag it for some reason.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Kind of. Because I'm trying to pay attention to, like, our conversation in the chat and stuff. But I'm gonna let my moderators do the chat for me, so I don't have to like multitask. Who was your husband again? Sorry, I keep asking.
N from Pokemon. He's literally just called N.
Oh yeah, N. That's right.
Oh, well, that's
the ironic thing about that was around the time I had told my best friend, who admitted to me she had a crush on Saturn on Pokemon Pearl and Diamond, and I had laughed. I was like, "That'll never happen." I teased her for it. I didn't do anything like really bad, but I definitely did tease her a little bit too much, because whenever I grew a crush on N from Pokemon Black and White, oh, the teasing did not stop. And I find it kind of funny because I had said that. But at the same time, I think it was around Black and White when I was finally hitting my adolescence. So it's something that was bound to happen.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, kind of to put this Pokemon character to blast as well, like, in that same vein, probably around that same year when Pokemon Black and White 1 came out, I actually was in love with Hilda's design of the protagonist from Pokemon Black and White. Simply because, yeah, some would say her outfit is a bit provocative, but honestly, as a teenager boy, as teenager boys would do, we can't help but like fall for girls that have that mature
look.
That mature look.
Yeah.
Like, and she looked, out of all the Pokemon female protagonists thus far, I mean, I wouldn't say like she was honestly, she actually looked 16 years old. She actually looked like, at the time when I was like around that age, like legal. So
yeah.
So that it's because of that I like kind of fell for it. But I'm gonna throw this question quickly to both Latios and Denox. So you guys have any waifus or even like husbandos you want to give like shout outs to? We don't have to just do waifus this time. So I'm gonna start with Latios real quick.
Oh.
So
well, for me,
yeah, I can think of one.
Well, I just want to say real quick before I reveal my waifu, shout out to N, honestly, because N is definitely one of my favorite characters from the Pokemon series in general. I always liked him as a character because like he's been through some hard times, and he just has the mysterious kind of thing to him, and that's what I like about him, honestly. But as far as waifus go, I gotta go with the OG Misty from Pokemon.
Makes sense.
Because I grew up with her because, and we're talking about the Misty from Gen 1, Gen 1 by the way too. But Misty is definitely the bae 100% because one, she was actually the first girl I kind of fell in love with because her spirit when she battles, I can't help but admire. And she's like some of my favorite typing Pokemon being water types, honestly, and just in general.
It's also my favorite attribute of girls in general. Like the girls that are just so brave, just as brave as the boys, and Misty definitely fits that category of like the tomboy that doesn't necessarily have to be like the prettiest, but then they just so happen to be pretty, and also like just not afraid to just go out there and explore and
take on danger and all that stuff.
Danger, knowing when to say the right things, and just she was honestly, as far as the anime continuity is concerned, one of the first ones to actually really do that.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's also what I liked about Misty. She was not afraid to tell it as it is. Especially when it comes to competition, people doubt her as a trainer. She comes through, proves it wrong. She go in. I can tell you that. And I also love how she and Ash always had those disputes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean those were the days, and that's why I to this day I just love Misty. She's always going to be the bae, and will always be the bae.
This is just a little fun fact about Misty and the Gen 1 videos. They were originally going to end off Pokemon in Kanto, with Misty and Ash Marion, and there's even scenes created.
Wow, really?
Yeah, there's even scenes created
No,
with Misty
that
and
I
Ash
didn't know.
talking with a child.
Interesting.
That's
Like an
interesting.
alternative story, they could have made something like that, like something more serious,
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean,
He didn't
just
grow
to
up.
kind of go off topic, and this will be the last topic of Pokemon we'll discuss for a bit. Pretty much, I would have really appreciated if, I mean, they're kind of going to that direction now because of Pokemon Masters, but it's like, I would like an anime dedicated for like each of the different protagonists. Like Red, they kind of did that too. So I would like to see that for like say Black and White, because that's like my favorite. I would say my favorite gen. Gen 5 is my favorite gen. I would like to definitely see that from like Hilda's perspective, perhaps, or maybe like get an anime just dedicated to Red, Blue, or Leaf, or all three even, because they're just so cool. Especially Leaf, she's my second favorite Pokebay. You guys there?
Yeah, we're there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah,
We're
we're
just
there.
waiting.
Yeah. Okay, just gotta make sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't want to keep becoming sidetracked. So, Denox, waifu slash husbano. Who's your like top two picks? Go.
Okay. Waifu, I'm just gonna present Futaba Sakura. I think she has a special place in my heart, especially when I just finished playing Persona 5 recently.
She's just
if Keepster wants to look for it, Keepster know who she is.
I mean,
She's also an orange-haired girl, just like Misty. Yes, one of the things that got to my attention, even before I played the game, is that, well, she wears glasses, she looks pretty cute, and then when I found out she was also an otaku, she's a gamer and all that stuff, and she's a tech geek, wow, this girl really resonates with me and a lot of my other friends too that are into like gaming and tech and all that stuff. Like, I chose her, and when I was playing Persona 5, I chose Futaba over every other girl. I decided not to take the waifu and the harem route, and I decided to just go with dating Futaba, staying loyal to her and stuff like that. As Joker, of course, because, I think that she's pretty special. She's very unique. I like that she knows how to hack, like supercomputers and all that stuff. She kind of reminds me of Matsu from Sekirei. If you want to look for Matsu real quick from Sekirei, you can see like there's a big similarity between both of them. If you can spell Matsu Matsu.
Yeah, I found her. She seems she seems like a busty version of Futaba from what I'm seeing.
Yeah, she looks like an older version of Futaba, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what they both have in common, honestly, is that they're both hackers. They both have a lot of computers. Well, Matsu have way more computers in her room than Futaba. Like, Matsu literally have computer all over her room. Like, 20 computer monitors, like, tracking down different types of things going on. And, yeah, so she's not she and Futaba, they're both kind of like nabbies, because they're both not direct fighters as well. As you know, if you watch Sekirei, I'm not sure if Keepster watched it.
No.
But just like Futaba, Matsu Sekirei is not a fighter like the other Sekireis that goes in the front line. She's like a support, just like Futaba. I like that they are really good support. The difference is that Matsu is more like a flirty, like more perverted version of Futaba. Futaba's not really that perverted. She's more into like she's more, but they're both childish.
She does have
very
childish for sure. Like Futaba, you could trust. Basically, you could trust your. Well, we're on Twitch, and podcast is not. It's kind of like not for kids. So you can trust Futaba. You can trust Futaba with your porn secrets, basically. You literally.
Oh yeah, she's. If you're very close to her, I think. Futaba will understand a lot of things that you're coming from, and I think she could get me as well. So, finding a girl similar to her in the real world would be great. It's kind of like what I envision her. There's other waifus I would like to give an example of someone I would like in the real world, but that would be for another time, of course. But yeah, Futaba, when I was playing Persona 5, her as I grow more her social link, she began to have like different support abilities. Like she could heal everyone's party. She could raise attacks and buffs every one of my parties. And then like at a higher level, she could literally like when enemy tries to do a surprise attack on us and they knock us down. Futaba reverses that, and then they're on their knees and we're doing the all-out attacks.
Yeah, and what's
so
nice?
Cool.
What's nice about Futaba's like thing is once you near max or max route even, like right as Joker is about to die, she has this thing where she can completely nullify the attacks like for one turn. Like you will take no damage at all. Even like the most ultimate attack, like she would literally protect you right as Joker is about to die. But that's provided that you max her out in time.
Oh, that part I didn't know, but but I heard of that, and I'm like, yeah, because there was times that Joker died instantly, and I wish that Futaba would have saved me at the time, but I was just starting to build my social link with her at the time, I think. Especially during the Okumura days, the thing that really got me to grind, that forced me to grind, honestly, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Now, I would say husband. If I was talking about husband, well, I'm a straight guy, so I don't see them as husband. I just see them as, heroes I look up to, male heroes I look up to. So I would put like one of them, Monkey D. Luffy from One Piece is one of my favorites. The Straw Hat Pirates.
Yeah, of course. I definitely have somebody I admire in the Straw Hats as well, but I'll get to him in a bit.
Sure, no problem.
Go ahead.
So basically, what I used to cosplay as Luffy a couple times in the past. I even have his straw hat somewhere in this room, where basically I was that big of a fan of Monkey D. Luffy at the time. I like how he could stretch his arms, like he could like reach higher places, and then later on, he could turn his arms like black, which is hockey, and he could do some devastating attack. And he has other forms too that makes him extremely strong. Like I would never thought that Luffy would have been able to have like some sort of form that he could actually fly in the air and actually attack in the sky and stuff like that, like Sanji could. Yeah. And I also like that he's very hyperactive, up for adventure and stuff like that. And he's very like a very fun character. Like so. What I also like is that Boa Hancock is in love with this guy, and he's a lot smaller than.
Just comment real quick, her, like Luffy is like.
She's a lot stronger than him.
I've never seen such a determined character in my entire life of watching anime. Like we've seen Goku go through some trials and tribulations. We've seen Naruto go through some trials and tribulations. We see Yusuke go through some trials and tribulations. But the way that Luffy handles all that is like pure willpower and determination. Like he goes through hell and back just to. One of the things that I remember.
Trust me, he goes through a lot of hell.
Like, trying to rescue Ace from that prison island. I forgot what it's called. That it was.
Impel Down.
Yeah, Impel Down. Yeah, basically going through all that. And then suffering the fate that his brother, like spoiler alerts if you're not into One Piece, and
he even cut his own life so he could save Ace as well.
It's just this man has gone through so much, and he's and the fact that he can just smile beyond all that is just that's a testament to his character for sure.
I mean, he goes through these stuff and he gets mad and all that stuff, but at the end of the day. He's always up for adventuring. He's always brave. He doesn't care what type of challenges that goes through his way. He's always ready to take them all on, and he sees it like you think that's really fun. I respect the fact that they gave him the chance to know where One Piece is, but he literally denies it and drew the whatever item it was. I forgot what it was underwater. And then say, what's the fun with that? I want to explore the adventure. We'll find the One Piece when we do find it. But I want to have fun along the way. So, it's kind of like, he doesn't want to take the easy way out. He wants to challenge himself, but he also wants to have fun and be with his friends. And he shares his friends a lot. His Straw Hat Pirates and stuff. And all his Straw Hat Pirates definitely goes through amazing character development over time as well. Even if One Piece has over 900 something episodes, But most of the series, like more than 95% of it, are canon, and even though it drags down a little bit, but it's actually worth watching. There's a lot of great fights out there. There's a lot of great character development, a lot of great adventures they go through. I mean, it feels like you're actually traveling along with Luffy this whole time. I mean, this has been going on for more than 20 years on the air in Japan, and it's still going strong. It's amazing, I must say. It's a true testament to Luffy and the entire Straw Hat Pirates itself.
Yeah, I would just
the series as a whole.
Before I go into like my top 2 characters that I one I just adore, and I'll do a quick shout out to another character. Basically, I want to give a shout out to Sanji Vinsmoke. Is what his name is?
Oh, Sanji.
Yeah,
Sanji's
Sanji
awesome.
basically, because this guy is kind of like a part of the thing that I relate to. And
look it up on Google.
Yeah, of course. Sanji, One Piece.
So while you're doing that, I completely forgot about this anime. I remembered the character, but I could not remember the anime. No, it was Nadia's Secret of the Blue Water. I watched it on my TV.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Is it by the same company that made Evangelion or something like that?
I think so. I didn't get to see most of it because of how the TV posted the story, but I did get to see, I think, season 1 maybe, where they are trying to save the world. I completely forgot about the anime, but I'd always remembered the character. She was so freaking beautiful. If I was gay, I would have definitely married her. I will say that for certainty.
Yeah. Well, basically, real quick before we get into like my true characters that I like, I really like Sanji because he's a chef. He's a bit of a playboy pervert, kind of like how I am, I guess. No lie. I'm starting to learn how to cook myself, so there's that similarity. And when you get to Sanji's like real actual backstory, it's honestly really tragic. Like really tragic. Like I couldn't believe what this man has gone through, just so that he could live out his dream, to become the best chef in the All Blue, to then finally joining the Straw Hats to fulfill that dream. And besides him being such a kind of like a knight to like all things beautiful women, this guy it's just like what I respect about certain characters that I like. He still sticks true to his ideals. He never lets that astray. And on top of all of that, he kicks major ass, literally, because he fights nothing but his feet because of...
He never uses his fists at all.
Never, yeah. But... All right, so
those hands are for cooking.
Yeah, but real quick, I guess, do you want to ask the questions I've been asking to me since you're co-host, and like you want to ask that just so we could get the show going? Like the wife.
You mean any questions to you, Kiefster?
No. I mean like what's on? Okay, well I'll ask myself that since I have that posted. So basically, I'm gonna get into the waifus and husbandos that I like. It's gonna be 2 obvious ones. If you guys know me, then you know me. So the most obvious waifu in my eyes. Well, there's one I want to make a quick shout out to before I get to the other obvious one. So Makase Kurisu for the longest time has been my waifu for a while, and the reason is I've already talked this on Denox's stream. I talked about this a little bit on the first episode of the podcast, but real quick, mainly it's because she's smart. Just like Bulma from Dragon Ball, she made a time machine, and this girl, in a nutshell, is kind of the central focus of why Okabe Rinto from Steins Gate kind of just... Basically, the reason why this story of Steins Gate started was kind of because of her. She's like the major reason of that. And that's why I like Kurisu kind of a lot, because she's like smart, she knows like her memes, and... she's not a tsundere that's like typical that she's gonna hit you just because you're an idiot. She will call you out on things, but she's honestly like very well developed, I would say. So that's why I like Kurisu. That's like a shout out to her. But to get into my real waifu, Illinois Hume from Tales of Berseria. And the reason why I truly love this girl
is
because, yes, initially, I wanted to love Velvet more, going through a tragic story. But for some reason, I liked this girl a bit more because, well, the way she looks, she's real cute, right? In appearance-wise. And she has a very straightforward, goody-two-shoes, strong sense of justice. And I would just say real quick that I wish that the rest of the Exorcist organization was a lot like her, because if you play Tales of Berseria, you find out that Artorias, the first shepherd, the main antagonist of Berseria, is honestly kind of like a con man. He tried to brainwash, I believe, the entire world of Tales of Berseria to totally believe in their ideals and totally accept that. Eleanor joined basically the band of misfits of Velvet Crow, Rokuro, Aizen, Laphicet. All these guys have different goals. Hers is basically initially was just to become the vessel of Laphicet, and also basically trying to capture and kill Velvet Crow. But then a little bit later in the game, turns out that yes, she has those beliefs and she has her orders to follow, but then she also has her own sense of justice that she fulfills. And then you find out a little bit later in the game that her mother died because a demon killed her, and she had this hatred towards demons in the game. Later on, you find out that there was another demon that she was harboring and trying to take care of, and she got revenge against this demon that she wanted to kill, and essentially, basically she resolves her story, and I like her a lot because she just stuck true to her ideals. Kind of the same reason with Sanji, real quick. So that's basically the reason why I like her over Velvet in terms of Tales of Berseria. And probably, for right now, all of the Tales of characters that I kind of grew to like from the little bits of games that I play. And I just like her design. She has a cool yet cute and elegant design. It's kind of ironic because the type of male characters I like are kind of cool, suave, kind of dark, and then the girls sometimes I like is kind of the opposite of that. It's kind of weird.
I mean, I feel like that's how it is. The three original characters I showed you, well, except Pretty Cure Moon, were more cute and kind of, Nagisa especially was more someone I could relate to. But then, that final one I showed you, Nadia, she was when I was down well into my 15s and 16s. And she definitely wasn't someone I could relate to or was cool. She was just someone who looked pretty, and I feel like, especially during the later episodes I watched, she was in more tempting clothes. Which is part of the reason why, I won't lie. But just how, because there wasn't really any fighting in that show. I mean, yeah, there was every now and then, but it wasn't the fighting I'm used to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I gotta look at this wedding dress. Oh my gosh, And this is another thing about Tales of Characters real quick. You can honestly put these characters in any, sort of fashion, especially the female characters. They would look absolutely stunning. Any, dress you put these characters in and just, oh my gosh, they just look so beautiful. Anyway, without getting much sidetracked, we're going to get into my husband. Of course, it's kind of obvious. Joker from Persona 5. Ren Alamiya, Akira Kurusu, Harem Fucker 290. That's that's a meme name of his, because that with Joker, you could essentially date all the girls in the game and get beat up for it. Denox would know what I'm talking about of that.
I saw the cutscene, but I didn't do that. I didn't took that path when I was.
Yeah, but yeah. Joker. Why Joker? Why Ren Amamiya? Well, a few reasons actually. I actually honestly see a lot of myself in this guy. Not just because he's a self-insert in some ways, but also the way he looks. If I look myself in a mirror and I wanted a perfect version of myself, kind of almost a flawless version of myself, it would honestly be this guy. And also his circumstances are kind of similar to my own. Believe it or not, guys, I'm not getting into the detail, but I could have been arrested myself. And not in the same harsh circumstances like Ren went through, but just the circumstances alone kind of felt similar. So that, and the fact that this guy, I kind of just grew attached with this guy for the past couple of years since playing Persona 5, getting into the Persona series, and just even like 10, 20 years down the line, if there's like protagonists that are gonna look cooler than Joker, I would honestly throw my entire allegiance to Joker 100% all the way, because he's just so handsome, he's just so like reliable, like basically everything this guy represents I want to be. As much of basically I want to be like Joker as much as I possibly can, and obviously not be all perfect like being a jack of all trades, because when you're a Persona protagonist with at least 3, 4, and 5, you're basically a jack of all trades. You're multi-talented in like a lot of things. This guy can cook curry mostly. This guy can make coffee. Well, I kind of make coffee, so there's that department. This guy can dodge chalkboard if you have high proficiency. So the teacher would throw a chalkboard, he would dodge it like a ninja.
He could make like keys, so he could open treasures.
He can make keys, open treasures. What else can this guy do? He is very proficient with firearms. He's very proficient with the knife. Especially if you play Smash Brothers, you would know. He has the wildcard ability, which means he can hold multiple personas. So Arsene, believe it or not, is not his only persona that he can hold. You can hold as many as you can. Level up, like up to level 99. That's like the max level. So Arsene is like his base persona. He can evolve it to like the 2 other forms. Like this guy is like probably, in terms of JRPG, like probably one of the coolest protagonists to ever existed. Like I would actually say that. Like it's in high regard, but like I would actually say that he's one of the coolest protagonists around. Would you agree, Denox, or disagree?
Oh, actually, yeah, I would agree with you too. I may not like Joker as much as you do, but I like Joker a lot. He's probably my second or third most favorite. Probably second, just right below Futaba. Yeah. Because I'm Joker when I'm playing the game. I feel like I'm the one making all the decisions and all that stuff. He's the leader of the Phantom Thieves after all. Mm-hmm. And like, every decision he makes affects, the outcome of this whole thing.
Pretty much.
And and that's definitely gonna go in my upcoming video of my experience on Persona 5 Royal. And after I'm done with my top 10 Wii U rarest games, which should be finished by the end of this week, I'm probably gonna start working on that video.
Yeah.
I'll actually invite your input as well.
Yeah, definitely let me know if you want me to say anything, or you just gotta direct me what to do, of course, when that comes around.
Yeah, if I've come up with something while I make the script, I'll let you know.
Yeah,
for sure. I'll definitely give you a shout out.
Yeah, but yeah. So now, just to keep things formulated, we're gonna go to the next topic about Smash Brothers. So real quick, roundtable. Anyone can jump in because in a matter of time, pressing of time. So real quick, guys, what is the one Smash character you guys want to see included? And I guess this is a bit of a follow-up to Beyonce's chill stream. So we're gonna start with whoever wants to talk, whoever wants to say what character, and I'll bring it up in the Google search.
Velvet Crow for Smash.
Velvet Crow.
She deserves it. She's a lot more unique than most of the Tales of protagonists out there. She's the only one, I think, that doesn't have a sword. That doesn't use a sword for combat, right?
Yeah, I think Mila is the other character I could pick up that doesn't fight with a sword as well, but I'm not too familiar
and she's also a female protagonist too.
Yeah.
Celia, right?
Mila,
or was it
Mila Maxwell, I believe, is her name. She kind of looks like Velvet in some ways, design-wise.
Really?
Let me bring her up real quick.
That girl's awesome, man.
The blonde.
If she goes to Super Smash Brothers, she's gonna be one of my mains.
I call her Blonde Velvet just because she looks like Velvet. But
that's
yeah,
true.
Velvet is would definitely be a welcome addition. And the reason why I'm clamoring for her to come in as well is just that origins. She has a really cool origin story for sure, but it's like her moveset, her move kit. I just feel like if Sakurai and team would try to implement her, I feel like they can. I really feel like they could. And we had the discussion with another Tales observer, like they were saying that Lloyd's is easier to implement. Yeah, but then Sakurai managed to implement Steve from Michael, and on top of that, they managed to recreate all the stages with the Minecraft look in mind. Like, you guys can't tell me that they can't implement Velvet in moveset in Smash.
Velvet can work. And they could make it that she's not that nude like she is over there in Smash Brothers. They could cover her up. They could have done the same with Fatal Fury.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Sakurai's. I mean, if you guys look at Velvet real quick, like she's pretty much covered. Like you see a little bit of her boob, but it's like not that much.
That could be covered easily. Sakura said that it was for good little boys and girls. But do you consider Bayonetta a good little girl?
I guess
no.
Not really.
Exactly. So Sakurai is being a hypocrite there, and he let Bayonetta in. Just a little precedent for Sakurai right there. But then again, he didn't actually say that.
Maybe it's because I think the true reason is because Mai's bust is like way too big. Like that's probably like the ultimate reason why. Ultimate pun intended. The ultimate reason why Mai didn't make it.
Yeah. Personally, what I would want to see in the game is a Tiny Kong, and both her young and her older form. I haven't really played as
which
the older Tiny Kong, but
from Donkey Kong 64, I remember.
Tiny.
Yep.
Oh, Tiny Kong.
Yeah, you can look it up.
I guess she's grown up. I honestly could see both.
I would prefer Dixie Kong, but definitely, Tiny Kong has his place in the history as well.
I mean, she looks adorable.
Yeah, Tiny Kong's moveset, especially, it kind of fits the way she would fight.
Yeah, she has potential. Like anybody could. Sakurai could make any character work.
Oh, yeah.
If we made Piranha Plant work in Minecraft Steve, then yeah, there's potential to everybody almost.
Yeah, the thing is also, I can see why it wouldn't be added, because of the Kongs, Tiny Kong is generally one of the lesser known ones. She's kind of discarded a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess in a way that's why I feel for her, is I've had times where I felt like that, but it is what it is.
Okay.
Alright, before we go on, can I talk about the Linkle thing that we talked about in Denox's video?
Yeah. Linkle.
So, you were talking about the possibility of bringing Linkle into Smash. And as cool as an idea that is, I feel like it's not going to happen for two reasons. One, Linkle isn't exactly canon in the Link games, it's just Link. But also, I feel like it would open a door to a whole new possibilities that I don't know if they want to pursue. Because, if they do Linkle, then they can do Bowsette. If they do Bowsette, there's all these fan-made ones that can be made.
But Bowsette never came in an actual game. Linkle did, at least.
I know Linkle's been in a couple mods as well.
Yeah.
And
we're actually going to get into the unique characters, but I will put myself as last. So let's direct this question to Latios real quick. So Latios, what's your one character that you truly want to get in that no one's really talking about? That I guess.
To be perfectly honest, I'm gonna be flat out. We haven't seen any. I feel like there hasn't been that many Pokemon characters that have been added to the game ever since the introduction of Lucario and Brawl. So I feel like if they was to bring a Pokemon into the game, I would like them to actually bring maybe a Pokemon probably from like the Sword and Shield games, I think. And I think personally, a Pokemon that I could see coming potentially as a fighter, maybe, will probably be maybe like Cinderace or Inteleon, one of those two. I feel like if they incorporated those two into the game, I honestly feel like they could definitely have some pretty unique moves if you ask me.
Oh yeah, I can definitely see this Pokemon going in. Yeah, especially if they want to promote Sword and Shield. So I can easily see this. I could probably see this being at least another first party representation from the
Cinderace or the water guy.
I do kind of feel like they aren't doing
though
Pokemon
I feel
as
like
much.
personally they need a grass type representation. I think there's enough.
There is also
I mean,
like
yeah.
Sceptile.
I mean,
Or
like
Rosary.
Sceptile would be
I mean, there
perfect.
is with like Ivysaur, but I mean, like maybe one more.
But Ivysaur's already
separately.
there.
Yeah.
No, but you said about like other grass types, and like there is a grass type
Final
in
evolution.
Sword and Shield. Yeah.
I would definitely love to see Roserade as a Smash character.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me personally, and I feel like it kind of fits with how they're doing it because most of the Pokemon they introduced as Smash Fighters are four-legged creatures. They're two-legged and they walk on two legs, generally, with the exception of Pikachu.
Yeah. So I guess the character that I find the most unique, that caught my interest, that I wanted to gain Smash, is Rayma Hakubi from the Toho project. And the reason why I really want her in is because, well, she honestly just looks cute. The way she will have his moveset is a little bit unique. She's from the genre of Bullet Hell, which is like Gradius. If you guys play that game, which is basically a spaceship and you fire at rocks and stuff. Difference is like Reimu would fire at projectiles at yokai, which let me just show you real quick a visual of what the gameplay looks like.
Just a quick question. Galenus is the spaceship shooting game from like not the consoles, the things in arcades.
Uh-huh.
The Galenus is from the arcade games, right?
Yeah.
Or is that Galactus?
Is that Gradius or Galactus? I don't remember what the proper.
I just remember it because we used to have a little thing where we would play like Pac-Man and those from the arcades.
So real quick, if you see the Twitch channel, this is what a Toho gameplay looks like. So essentially, okay, that's like boss battle. Yeah, I mean, I even played a little bit of it on one of my Twitch highlights. So that's what Toho essentially looks like in terms of gameplay, and you guys, people that are viewing in the chat can go to like Deox's stream. There's basically a link to a PowerPoint slide that keeps track of like the timeline that her possible leaks have been. Someone's recorded like her possibility of getting in Smash, not necessarily confirmed. But the creator of, supposedly the creator of Toho, really, basically the gist of it is, if there's going to be a Toho representation in Smash Brothers, it would be Reimu. And it's my belief, and many other people that want her in, believes that if there's actually going to be an indie rep, before indie was even coined a term, I believe Reimu would actually break that seal of being the indie rep. So the Reimu's inclusion would also just open the doors to a lot of possibilities as well, because for a while we had like characters like Sans, which is also an indie game, Sans from Undertale, and Cuphead from Cuphead, which is previous. I think it was an indie game, but made it to the consoles, and Toho as well is also in like Switch consoles as well, basically in Japan mostly, or other console platforms like PlayStation as well. So Toho, definitely has a presence in gaming consoles too. Just by that alone, I feel like Reimu has a good legacy. Would you guys agree or disagree? Like with Reimu's inclusion, do you feel like she deserves this spot?
She was one of the first indie characters out there.
Yeah.
Been around for almost 20 years now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like with most of what Smash is doing is they're opening new doors. Like originally Smash was just the Nintendo characters, and since it's evolved in like Smash Brawl and even now, they've definitely brought in characters you wouldn't expect and opened up doors. And like with bringing in Steve, they've definitely opened up a door to new possibilities.
Steve!
And it excites me.
Steve-o-kun. Yeah, I don't know.
Steve!
Minecraft Steve.
I might be severely biased with Steve. I almost said Steve. Anyway, Steve, because he's coming out the day before my birthday.
Yeah, and that's a good segue to the next topic. Steve from Minecraft. So, Steve specifically, actually, it's Steve and Alex from Minecraft. But like, guys, what was your guys' initial reaction to Steve's initial review and inclusion to Smash Ultimate? Like, were you guys? I mean, was that one of the possibilities that you guys had in mind, or were you guys totally off base? Or
I was hoping for a Crash or Velvet.
What the fuck? Or it's like, was it more
At
like?
the time?
Was it more like, huh? So it's Steve from Minecraft. So what was your guys' like reaction once you learned that Steve's actually in the roster now?
When I first found out about Steve and they were introducing a new character, I was so busy focusing on getting good at Peach and them that I didn't really even think about who it could be or what it could be. So when they announced it, I was just like, oh, how will that work? And like, what will they do? And when I saw the video, I just kept getting more and more pumped for it. And I'm just like, now I'm like really thrilled and I can't wait to see how it works. And
yeah, actually, I got like a story from my best friend, Stefan Skins. So, Stefan Skins and I know a acquaintance, should say, that likes Smash, but hasn't been reignited to getting like Ultimate. So, you know how I was ecstatic to get Ultimate because of Joker? This person was ecstatic to get Ultimate because of Steve. And because Steve is in, because Steve from Minecraft is actually this person's favorite character. And because of his inclusion, Stefan Skins and some other friends that he knows got this guy a Switch. So now that particular person is ready to rock and roll with Steve by the time he comes out. So yeah, believe it or not, to those potential would-be haters of Steve, there are fans of him out there, so just be careful.
Yeah, especially Chokyo, that says that whoever likes Steve, he will do well, even though I know he's not being serious, but you know, people will think otherwise. So you gotta be careful what you say on the internet anyway.
Yeah,
I feel like with every character introduced, there's gonna be some love and some hate. And like, yeah, that's okay, but eventually everyone just kind of gets accepted.
I mean,
I didn't like it at first. I was disappointed.
I'm not gonna lie. He definitely is not my first. He's for sure not my first pick. He's not gonna be like my last pick. But you know, hey,
yeah,
I'm happy that he's in because he's unique. He has a unique kit. He has a unique fighting style. He definitely like his legacy. Minecraft's legacy definitely fits what Smash is aiming for, which is to celebrate the history of gaming. And Minecraft, whether you guys like it or not, is part of that history.
Yeah, it's a solid part in history too, from its rise to fall.
It's the most popular game in history.
Yeah.
It sells more than Mario.
Most games, whenever they lose popularity, they don't come back. But Minecraft has had a strong comeback for a while now. And they're even, like, I've seen some of the updates because I have played Minecraft. And I really love it. They're doing updates that the people actually want. For years, They're finally doing a cave update. They did an update to the Nether. You know, it's just the actions that Minecraft are making now that have really brought it back, and I feel like it definitely has a solid foot in history now.
Okay.
Sorry for going on a tangent there.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, we're in a podcast, so we're discussing is all what we're supposed to do. So now, so now we leave the room for free talk. So it's like, whatever you have in mind, you have like a question you want to ask any of us, or like, this is basically shit talking at this point, shit posting. So it's like, whatever you guys want to bring to the table, it's like free discussion at this point now.
All I'm gonna say is Steve.
Steve.
Yeah.
Steve from
like I literally just said in the chat, Steve.
So, there is one other anime that I'm probably never gonna find. I'm not gonna look it up, but there was one other anime I watched that's similar to Nadia here. I remember the characters, but I do not remember the show, and once again, it was on the anime channel on my TV. And I used that. That's how I discovered most of my animes, was through that channel. Was because after Pretty Cure on YouTube and Mermaid Melody, I went to my TV, and then I discovered Crunchyroll. And I began watching animes there as I would watch there.
Just kidding.
And oh dear Lord, I can't remember what the anime was called, but the graphics were amazing and the plot was.
Blue's Clues, really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Real quick shout out. I want to give.
I might just said that.
I want to give a quick shout out to this character that I've adored in Genshin Impact, like Binti. This is the character I pulled today in his banner. So, as you guys may or may not know, the hottest new game that's out on the market right now is called Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact is like those gacha games but there's the only difference is most gacha games are on phones.
There's popular as Among Us now.
Yeah, this gacha game is actually on multiple platforms, not just the smartphone. So you can play this game on the PS4, you can play this game on PC, you can play this game on potentially Nintendo Switch whenever you get around to it. And this particular character is a god, and all intents and purposes, he's not a female, he's a male. But honestly, because he's a god, some would say you could just think of it whatever you want. And just because of his smile, I just wanted to just protect this lad for all possible like bash that he would get, and just that genuine smile. I don't know what it is. It's just so cute. It's so like adorable.
He cares for you and he wants the best for you, and
like,
you want to protect him like
he's
a little
barb.
brother.
He's a barb. Like if you play D&D, like barbs have a certain role. He would sing you a song and say a story about you, and he would definitely be absolutely good at it. That's the other thing. So it's like, if you have this guy in your party, which I got him just today, you might as well be blessed by the gacha gods. Let me just say that. Yeah. Look, you might as well be blessed by Vinti's divine interventions.
So it's kind of like Fire Emblem Hero, where you get to summon like random characters and stuff in Genshin Impact.
Yes. There's other characters that I like too.
How this game became Super King Poppers all of a sudden?
Well, I think it's because of the marketing, the timing, the fact that we're in COVID. And I think it's mainly because it's the accessibility, like
just like Among Us.
Just like Among Us, yes. But the difference is like because it's a gacha game, it's free. You only pay money if you want to whale on trying to increase your chances of getting a certain character like Vinti. Out of the characters, okay, when I first saw this character in Nozo's like profile, of course I fell for the trap. I didn't know that it was a male. I thought it was like a cute girl, and then I found that the hard way, and then it's like learning that it's like, okay, you ever get to this stage where it's like you deny it, you deny it, and then you deny it, and the more you look at the character, it's like, no, I can't deny it anymore.
You finally have to accept it. That was me with Itsuki. Because I denied it for the longest time, even after they had said it was a girl, and I was finally like, alright, I can't anymore. I can't.
Well.
So I get you there.
Yeah. I mean, there are other traps that I, quote unquote, like another shout out to another trap is the one character from Bakan Test, I forgot his name. I think Hideyoshi, I believe his name is. And then there's Haku from Naruto. There's like other characters, but then Venti just has this unique design. I think it's the fact that he had like hair braces, that throws me off. Yeah, it's like you wouldn't guess that this guy's a dude.
Yeah, most guys, as we know, like when we look at guys, we don't expect long hair. When we look at girls, we kind of do. That's why, like, I actually had issues in school whenever I cut my hair of people mistaking me for a guy, and it angered me, but it was something I had to accept at the time.
Yeah, that's understandable. But yeah,
it's about Smash Brothers tomorrow, the Smash Night. What do you think of us now using items again and doing 2 or 4 or multiplayers?
I don't mind that. I would say if you guys gonna do items, I would say maybe put in the smash meter only, and just keep it like hazard free, please. For the love of God, don't put in all items. Just keep the smash meter, keep the smash ball. I don't mind that. That's perfectly acceptable. But for the love of God, do not put in bombs. Pokeballs are okay, but like any other item, please don't.
Let's see how the boys.
I kind of don't agree with items, to be in my own personal opinion.
You don't agree with Latios?
You know what's gonna happen to the Saturns, right?
Oh my God!
You don't agree with that?
We had this thing where Latios kept throwing a Saturn at me, so I grabbed it and threw it off the edge.
Like if
this is and you know what? This is for all.
I will set it in a way that items don't appear too often. They will appear
once in a while. This is for Mr. Saturns.
But it's been a lot of fun with items, and I've been playing so long with no items whatsoever and competitively. Like, let's just have some fun.
A couple of items. Yeah.
Let's just have some items.
I hope I'll be able to make it tomorrow, but as I said, I got Red Lobster and a bonfire to do.
Yeah.
So if I'm not there, I'm not there.
You guys know
I guess there's not much of a chat going on, but anyway, let's give a quick happy birthday to Hikaru real quick. So happy birthday, Hikaru.
Thanks.
Happy advanced
14th, right?
20th. Or 20. I'm turning 20.
Yeah.
It's the youngest for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
the 14th of
I'm almost 30. I'm one more level away from 30. Let's just put it that way.
I'm 33 years old, and Latios is almost 31.
Every year you level up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But we all look younger than our age, honestly.
Yeah. So I guess if you guys want to end the Kiefcast right now, we can, and we can continue the discussion.
Yeah.
So, you guys have any last thoughts or outros you want to say real quick before we sign off the podcast?
I would definitely say, for those of you out there that are having a hard time, don't worry, because it does get better. And live every moment and love it while you have it, because you never know when there's gonna be no more moments.
Exactly. Where eventually everything comes to an end. So live life to the fullest and don't have much regrets, pretty much.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we're not Link. We can't just turn it back to dawn of the first day.
I want to visit Japan before I die for sure.
Oh yeah, same here.
I mean, I've definitely been there twice. I guess. Well, I guess one of my potential goals eventually, if we're gonna make it work somehow, I definitely want to meet Nozo-chan before I die, like at least once in real life, or at least get her to come to like one of the anime expos, or somehow get to her home country. Like, cause I've definitely been to Mexico before, so it's not impossible for me to arrange that. Just need to just have the willpower and just.
I mean, if I'm able to go to the Philippines all by myself, then it's definitely possible for you.
Yeah. So, Larios, any final thoughts or things you want to say? Anything to close out the podcast?
Just one word. Steve!
All right.
And then also adding to what Hikaru said, just be true to yourself. That's the best thing to do at this time of age.
All right. So, what about you, Dinox? Any final thoughts or any closing statements you want to say before we close out?
Well, first of all, I really did enjoy this Kiefcast, especially when we were going back to talking about the waifus and Smash Brothers and stuff. You know, it was a lot of interesting topics.
I think waifus are going to be like a recurring topic just because of who I am.
Oh, yeah, even with me. And Mario! You're dead! Die, Mario!
Die, Mario. Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And as for me, I have been blessed by Venti from Gachas.
You like him more than Joker now?
I wouldn't say though. Let's just put it this way. I would adopt Venti as a child, or maybe I'll put Venti as like potential husbando. It's weird. I think Venti is kind of like a cross between waifu and husbando. It's like you don't know what to cross with this person, with this god. He
sounds like a girl. He sounds like a girl too.
He definitely sounds like a girl, but he's voiced by well, in the English version I think it's a girl, but in the Japanese version it's like a guy who sounds like a girl.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I think that's just anime for you.
There are males out there that does pretty good female voices, believe it or not.
Yeah, I would believe that. But anyway, I was gonna say, like, if you guys would need help on getting the gachas, just be patient. Like, if you have the income to spend, then whale responsibly. I would say. Don't be like me. Don't be like me in Fate Grand Order like 3 years ago that would spend quite a bit of money just to get like a waifu character that you would.
I didn't spend nothing on Fire Emblem Heroes.
That you would rather spend on like a game console or something, like a cheap game of like $20. Like, if you have money to spend on like gift cards or like, Google Play cards or PSN cards or whatever it is. Spend that and then use that as your balance instead of spending actual money. Because that way, if you spend actual money, you'd be spending on the gift cards, not on like having that in your income.
Yeah, better spending it on your girlfriend like you did on Nozo.
Yes, exactly.
Getting Chosen Cold Steel 3.
Yeah, like
I'm still between that or Genshin.
Like Nozo, if you watching / listening to this, I love you, and you definitely deserve that little gift because of all the troubles that you've been through. So there you go. But yeah, so that's been the Kiefcast. Thanks for tuning in. Episode 7 of the Kiefcast, by the way. And also live streaming on Twitch. We're not going to probably live stream as often, but I figured we do this for today for the return of the Kiefcast. So I'm going to end the stream. I'm also going to end the podcast right now, so I'm ending the stream right now. And I also left a donation link, so if you guys want to donate to that, you can. So I am